Hey everyone, I haven't used my reloading bench in a while, so I just got it cleaned up and I thought I'd show you a little bit about how I've got things set up here, most specifically my two presses. These are my go-to presses. This is primarily all I use. Rock Chucker from RCBS. I bought this new a couple years ago and that's my primary press. I also use this old Spartan turret press. I find it really handy when I want to keep multiple dies set up when I'm working up a load or just doing other procedures. So my bench here, I built this a long time ago and it's just framed up with 2x4s and it's got some particle board as a surface here. Real quick, down below I've got some storage. These are just some bins. In fact, most of the stuff that I have is repurposed. I found these on the side of the road for free one day, so I threw them in the back of the car. Up top here I've got some clear bins. These work really well for me. I took these home from work because they weren't needed anymore, so I kind of repurposed them here. I like them because the stuff in them is protected from getting coated in dust, and I can see everything. It's at my fingertips. I don't have to go hunting around. Also, cabinets up top. I've got these all throughout my garage with LED lighting underneath. I like to have good lighting, and the cabinets, they keep things hidden so the place doesn't look cluttered, and also it keeps things clean from dust. So back down below here, this is a piece of 1 1/8" plywood. That's some really thick plywood. It was a piece of scrap that I had around for some reason. And since the surface of my bench is just particle board, I went ahead and I lag bolted that down in 4 spots to some studs that are underneath the workbench. This mounting system is really quite rugged. Basically, I've got some carriage bolts like this coming up through the bottom of the wood, and these little square parts lock it in so it keeps them from turning, and it's really rugged. The only thing holding them down is these thumb screws, and they're just hand tightened like that. And besides the normal 2 that hold the press down, I added one more in the back, and this just overlaps the back foot here with a washer. And so I found that it really helps preventing the press from pivoting on these 2. Okay, so 3 thumb screws off and the press is removed. Now you can see these are the ones where the rock chucker mounted, but I've also got other ones set up here that fit this lineman like that. And then I used the exact same fasteners in the same way. So you can see I can swap between my 2 presses without any tools. It only takes about a minute and everything's nice and rugged. You know, piece of plywood, little bit of hardware. This setup only cost a couple bucks to build and it works really well, really solid. So I'm sure I'm not the first person to have done this, but it works well for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Lastly, this piece of plywood, I sanded it and painted it. You know, I didn't expect it to come out looking beautiful, but my goal here was a nice glossy finish so small parts are easily seen. It's washable when it gets dirty. I don't like white and I don't like black because of the contrast. So what I ended up doing is I just mixed a little bit of black and a little bit of white of this Rust-Oleum enamel, put it on there nice and thick, a couple coats, came out beautiful. I love it. So there you go, that's how I mount my presses. Maybe sometime I'll do a little bit more about my reloading area, how I have my shop set up, but for now, take care and be safe.